Morning. Morning, Blues. How are we all? So it appears that Man City have landed themselves in a fourth FA Cup final in a row. How about that for a Monday morning? I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing with it. Yeah, good weekend, man. Good weekend. So City managed to get over the line despite making, what was it, 7 changes, 8 changes or something? All a bit mad. So today we'll go over the result, a bit about Southampton, some of the changes being made, players in particular like Kovacic and Nico Gonzalez, and we'll address the Foden, Marmoush stuff. Maybe we'll get your opinions on Maresca, because that is a drum that is beating hard, and I'm hearing things from people that know more than me, and don't like it, I'm not going to lie, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Morning, Jordan. Good to see you, brother. What up, Pip? How are you, my friend? Gaz, welcome to the show, mate. And then we'll have a look at what potentially is the fixture pileup, which is happening. Worst case scenario is going to happen. We're going to be playing a lot of games in a short space of time, but that's business, right? And then we'll have a discuss about rotation. But yeah, man, let us know how your weekend was. Straight in with your thoughts. How do you feel about the result? You happy? Obviously, you'd be happy about getting to the FA Cup final, but you know, give me your thoughts on your opinions on the performances, results, and we'll crack on. Just turn this music down. There we go. So yeah, so City came from behind to beat Southampton. In a game that we pretty much utterly dominated. It was kind of like most Premier League games we play, where teams from the bottom up, teams that know that they're inferior to us, we tend to outplay them and dominate on possession. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that. I was never worried about there's the thing, right? We only ever seem to concede absolute howling defensive errors or worldies, man. Don't we? It's only ever worldies. And that guy's never going to score a goal like that in his life again, is he? He's never going to score a goal like that again. But fair play to him. And you know what? Fair play to Southampton. They're a good team, man. And they're a team of like hard workers. The social media fans are obviously helmets, but fair play to them, man. They had a game plan. They stuck to it. They defended really well, you know, and they always knew they were going to get a counter attack. And you know, they were so close to pulling off the perfect heist, wasn't it? It would have been a heist. It would have been the perfect heist. But yeah, fair play Southampton. I thought he played really well, defended really well. It was actually a good game of football. I know we dominated, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I won't sit there thinking, oh, the worst, like a lot of people do, like social media, a lot of people on X do. Thinking the worst, having the tweets in drafts ready to go as soon as your player makes a bad pass. It's like, just relax, boys. Relax. It's business as usual. It's business as usual. Morning, lads. FA Cup final. That's 4 in a row. Hopefully, Pep will make history of losing 3 FA Cups in the final. Oh, mate, let's not. I mean, maybe. Why not? That's another record that he'll have, right? Path, that could be another record that he has. Why not? Get them all. Get all the records in. The fucker is Joss when he plays with them, but he pulled it out yesterday. It did, yeah, mate. What would you do for one of those goals at the national level? Be mega that, wouldn't it? But yeah, so City made a lot of changes. Now, I expect him to go full blast and full send this one, given there was a gap in the fixtures between now and Everton. But looking at the necessity for rotation, we need the players like Reinders, Foden, Marmoush. You need John Stones playing. You need Nori playing. You need these guys playing because we're going to need them. So, I mean, John Stones is John Stones, right? He never puts a foot wrong. The only thing that he's got wrong with him is the fact that he can't stay fit. You know what I mean? So, other than that, we had to make changes. And it's changes we have to make, the necessities, because we'll get to it a bit later on, but these guys need to play. We need these guys ticking over. Now, obviously, some of them were absolutely dog shit. We'll get to that too. But, yeah, changes. Was anybody shocked to see anybody playing? It's hard to praise Southampton when the fans are trashing our support. Mate, it's social media fans. what you'll do is you'll see these accounts that, like football away days and accounts like that, I hate them. They're just constantly using fans to divide, like, look at the shit City fans or look how good Southampton are. The facts are, City have been to Wembley 5 weeks ago. We went to Wembley on Saturday. If we're going to the FA Cup final in 3 weeks. That's 3 trips to Wembley in a season, as well as the 33 before that. It's a lot of money for people. And yet, everyone will beat our fan base up about, oh, you're plastic and that. No, a lot of Man City's fans, match-going fans, do live in the Northwest. And they're all from the working class areas. And not everybody can afford or should be able to afford the trip to London, which is 120 quid on a train, 75 quid on a coach or whatever it is. Then you're talking 10 beers throughout the day, which is 8 quid a pop. That's 80 quid. A bit of food, 25 quid for a burger. You know, and then if you're staying over the night, it's 150 quid anyway if you're looking to find an hotel. So you're talking 400 quid a weekend there if you're enjoying it. And, you know, I get it. If we'd only been one FA Cup final in 10 years and we didn't sell out and beat us up, but you know, you're having a go at lads here who are going home and away every week and then are taking a chance to go to Wembley too. I just think it's disgusting. But clicks, people love clicks online, right? People love that social media clout. It's a drug. It's an addiction. I'm good, Ethan, mate. How are you, mate? Did you have a good weekend? I caught a bit of the sun. I caught a little bit of the sun and got an haircut. I was surprised to see Kovacic start, but more of a pleasant surprise to me. Mate, I got rinsed on LB's show the other night for talking about how good Kovacic is, and I said he was better than Nico Gonzalez, and I still stand by that. Barring Rodri and Bernardo, he's our best midfielder, so he's in the top 3 midfielders we've got. Now, I get it, people discriminating from his age and the fact that he's been injured, but when he's fit and when he's available, he contributes massively to our team in an experienced way that we don't have a lot of. So I think Kovacic is mint. I do. I love Kovacic. I think he's a banger of a player. Morning, Ken. Thanks, dude. I'm having fun with it, mate. I'm having fun. We have got some developments. There is developments happening. I will get to that probably at some point either today or tomorrow, or Wednesday. But there are developments happening that will probably change the time of the stream. But yeah, Elvis panel is just people trying to rage bait you. Do you want to, mate? I've got. Is it on here? Did I screenshot it? Hang on. Let me see if I screenshotted this. I just looked at it now. I'll show you something from LB's stream the other night. This is just so funny. People can say, I'm not asked about opinions, man. It is what it is. I say what I say. I mean what I say. And I'll always exaggerate. Here's the thing, right? If you've got an opinion, own it. And if you're in the middle, sat on a fence, nobody likes it. If you've got an opinion, just go that a little bit more extreme to either side to emphasize your point, which is what I do. Right? It's what anyone should do. It's called arguing your point. You know. Let me see if I can find the screenshot. I just took it literally. Pictures, screenshots. Is that it? There we go. Right. So this is what I mean about LB's panel shows and stuff, which is I'm happy. You slag me off all you want. Say what you want about me. It's funny, but let me show you this. Share screen. Window. Is that it? Can you guys see this? Let me just scroll this in. So these 2 comments 12 hours ago from 2 different people were to say, I agree with Paul on Kovacic, and that's not the end. Joe, the other guy, are moving very pessimistic, right? So I was basically saying that Kovacic is a really good player and we need him, and he's been great and we've missed him. And then Pulpy has the shittiest takes ever in the history of the channel, and LB on YouTube, including his time at City Extra, absolute trash take. So there's your extreme of what it's like to be in this industry, and I find it really funny. You know, I'm fair play to Robertinho and BK. You guys have your opinions, it's fine. I don't, it doesn't change my world one little bit, but I find that amusing. I just do. Think it's great. For me, Saturday showed that experience essential for next season. Look at right. So here's the thing. Foden's bang out of form. I'll get to this a little bit more. We'll do it now. Fuck it. Foden's bang out of form, right? We know he is. He's struggling. The guy is struggling for whatever the reasons are. He's struggling. Reinders is in his first season, so he's a bit off the pace. He's done hit and miss. He's been good. He's been bad. He's been in the team and out of the team. We know Cherky was the same. And you all saw on Saturday, when Cherky lost the ball, they scored from it. And it's that little bit in the 2/3 before the pitch. That's probably what Cherky didn't start as many games at the start of the season. But Kovacic has been out for, what has he been out for 6 months, Kovacic? Kovacic's been out for 5 months. He played a few minutes in the other game, and he's just come in like a Rolls Royce and just gone, there you go, boys. I know what I'm doing here. I know what to do here. It's okay. I've been here before. Give me the ball. My legs might be falling apart, but up here, I've got it. And he did. And I think he's mint. And if Bernardo's going, which he is, and then there's worries about Rodri, I said that if you bring in Elliot Anderson or another midfielder, who better to have in your team as a guy who sat there, won it all, professionalism, ultimate winner, won 5 Champions Leagues. You know what I mean? Whether you can say he's played in, it doesn't matter. He still won them. He still contributed. So I think having someone like Kovacic is just so good to have in a squad. It's winning mentality, man. And we all know what winning mentality breeds in this club, especially. Could have got Kovacic when he was a bit younger. I say that, Nick. I thought we should have signed him before he went to Chelsea. He's Pep's perfect player, man. He is. And I got laughed at by saying he's a hybrid of Iniesta, Xavi, and Busquets, but he's got a little bit of them all. Now, nowhere near as good, but he has a little taste of each one in his game, and I think he's a unicorn. Is that why he had a Kovacic in his picture? Did he have Kovacic in his picture? Is that Kovacic? Let me have a look. How do I move it across? It is! Cheeky bastard's got Kovacic in his picture. Mate, wrongin'. Robertinho. Maybe he was talking about a different part of the take. I can't remember where that was, but he's done me dirty there, hasn't he? He's done me dirty. All right, I'm gonna spend is it? I'm just gonna call you. Is it Lam or I am? I am. I don't know. I'm just gonna call you Safa. Nice one, Safa. Much appreciated, mate. Thank you. Kovacic was man of the match for me as well. No, we'll get to Omar in a minute. Well, do us a favour, guys. If you are enjoying the broadcast, you know the score. Hit the like button. All that stuff helps the algorithms. It does. I've actually been looking into the channel stuff at the other end, the back end, and the likes do recommend streams out. So please just hit the like button. If you don't like it, downvote it, whatever interaction will do me. So yeah, please. And if you subscribe, that'd be great. We're almost. I don't know why I looked at my watch how many subscribers we've got, but we're getting close to 300. So that'd be great. So if you're enjoying the stuff, we'll do it. As long as I can, we're doing City Breakfast, which is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Times might change, but we'll see. Cova can play Bernardo role a little bit. He can do them all, mate. He can do them all. I think he's just a handy guy to have. He is. What's the name of the thing I'm trying to think of? He is a Swiss Army knife midfielder, right? He is. Now the part of he has got a very, very blunt pace attribute. We know that. That's of the Swiss Army knife, his pace is 2 out of 10, but all his other skills are decent. He can corkscrew, he can take bottles off of it, he can cut, he can do it all. He is a Swiss Army knife footballer. Just don't expect him to do it very quickly or under much pressure on the ball. It is, Tom. What up, mate? Did you enjoy it, pal? By the way, you seem like you did. Wembley again, Ole Ole. Absolutely, mate. Welcome to the stream, Tom. Do I really think we'll win the league? Yeah, I do. We just need to win. We are in business mode. As long as we can get away with it, we will play our strongest team. So, yeah, I think we can. Absolutely. In fact, I'm sure we can. No club has ever reached 40 crowns in a row until Man City become the first. And as Pa said before, Guardiola's got a chance to lose 3 consecutive FA Cup finals on a bounce. So we've also got that as well. So on one thing, buzzing, also lurking around the depths of history is the other, which it is what it is. Kovacic very underrated. Always has been his trophy cabinet. It's a testament how good he is. Great for the squad. He just is. Here's the thing, right? He's not the most fancy player. He's not the best name in the book. He's not going to be selling thousands of shirts. He's not going to be having millions of followers on Instagram. He's not going to be setting a world like that. But you need players like that who just live and breathe professionalism of football. He's won trophies at every club he's been at. You know, and he plays for a very, very good national team as well. Let's be real. Didn't they get to the World Cup final or something? Oh, they've got to Europe. They were really good, Croatia. So yeah, met so many top blues. I did see a post saying some guy from Southampton said City got the most weird fans ever. I didn't hear a single Manchester accent from the game. You see, I was like, oh fucking why? I hope the likes you got was worth it, mate. This is 4 seconds where you can't get any form going. No, I disagree, Nick, because in September to Christmas time he was decent. He had his spurt then, so I wouldn't. It's not the end of the world. He's just bang out of form, man. And players are out to be out of form, you know. And he's not going to get a chance to find it again, you know. And I think ultimately it's going to cost him his World Cup. But we'll get to Foden shortly too. I did, yeah. Please let Arteta win the league, please, Pep. Melt. He should have been taken down an alleyway, had his shirt pulled over his head, and then got an headlock and given shiny like that on his head. What are you doing? Grow up. Nico Gonzalez, best one with City so far. I've got to see it live. Oh, mate. So yeah, we'll finish up talking about Cole. So give me your thoughts on Kovacic, guys. Just give me a thing, stay or go. Just give me one thing in the chat, stay or go for Kovacic. I'm not doing these poll stuff, but stay or go, Kovacic. What do you reckon? For me, it's a stay. He has to stay. He'll do one more year and then help transition the new midfielder in. You know, these experienced players have to be drip fed out of the team because we're going to lose Stones. We're going to lose Bernardo. We've recently lost De Bruyne. You know, Rodri's potentially going. Other players will leave. You know, it's life. Stay. So 4 years are for stay. So that's 100% stay at the minute. Is there any naysayers in the chat? Anyone who don't fancy it with Kovacic staying? I mean, might lose that. Yes, so players have got to go, man. Players have got to come in. You know what it is? It's managed decline. It's managing decline. We need to manage decline in certain players. You know, and this is what it is. You'd keep Kovacic. So yeah, I think we're all in the same boat. If he's able to do what we saw on Saturday and then affect games. So let's say, look, we know next year we're going to play 60 games, right? We just know. 38 in the league, potentially 10 in the cup, and then potentially 12 in Champions League. So that's, what's 60 games? Am I bang on there? 48? Yeah, 60 games. So of those 60 games, he's probably not going to start more than 10. However, I'd expect him to be featured in at least 40 of those. So you have to have somebody who's going to come in and go, you know what? The pressure might be too much for Anderson. I made a comment the other night saying, yes, we might pay 100 million for Anderson, but I don't think he's guaranteed to start. And I don't think anybody's guaranteed to start in his team apart from Rodri and Haaland. That's it. Maybe Donnarumma. But other than that, nobody's guaranteed to start. So, and Anderson coming in for that, you've got to remember, Anderson's played for Nottingham Forest, who are down here. The jump is massive for us. So it's going to take a year. It's going to take a year for Anderson to bed in properly, which is good because he's only 22. So, but yeah, so I think having someone like Kovacic around for that is perfect. People understand that Rodri won't be here long, and we need someone to replace him. We need to keep a Spanish in unless and Dad knows, man. He does. I like Nico. I just don't know. I'll get to the comments I made on LB's the other night too. He was back like he never left. Incredible for that after his injury. Exactly, mate. He's just, that's what you get with experience. You don't need to hit the ground running. You just, like John Stones. John Stones doesn't need games to get up to scratch. He just comes in and goes, you know what? I've been here before. It's up here. Up here for thinking. Down there's just rhythm. And let's just go for it. Yeah, Stonesy off too, mate. On the back of a World Cup, as well as a lot of players who need to be rested early in the season. So that's also a good thing too. That is, some of these players won't go to the World Cup for us, and players like Nico Gonzalez will be fit to start the season because it will come around quick. You worried that if we win the treble, Pep will go? We'll cover Maresca at the end. We'll get to Maresca, mate. We will in about 20 minutes or something. I know only played 46 minutes before. It's mad. It's mad that he's like just come in and just gone. It's okay. It's all right, lads. You know, just come. It's like, I don't know. It's like a WWE entrance. He just comes just down the ring and goes, "All right, I'm here. I've done it." But yeah, so let's switch our attentions to Nico Gonzalez. I'll give you my opinions on Nico Gonzalez. Right, he's been unfairly compared to Rodri. He's not Rodri. I don't think his best position is a defensive midfielder. I don't think it is. He's far more effective as a midfield, as like a traditional number 8 midfielder. However, Pep doesn't see him as that. Pep sees him as a Rodri replacement, which I understand. Now I always say you need a season to get used to Pep's tactics. He had a 6-month start, but he was thrown at the deep end, if you know what I mean. So when he signed him in January, he was just thrown straight at the deep end and he was all right. So I'm not particularly bothered about this season for him. It's still that 1 season plus 6 months. What he just deep ended it. So look, it's whether or not he's got the appetite to be what is a squad player. Has he got the appetite to be a squad? Like the murmuring, some of the comments he makes about he's playing, he's upset, and I get it. But for me, I think he's a great midfielder. I just don't know if he has what it takes to. I don't know. We're about to find out. He's definitely not as. I made a comment about him not being as brave as Rodri. He's very good on the ball. You know what I mean? He's got that Rodri absolute thunder bastard gene. I just don't know if he's got the tenacity of a defensive midfielder that obviously Pep likes. Now, the caveat is Pep's not going to be here forever. The next guy might actually genuinely fancy Gonzalez in there and change the way things are. So, I don't know. Give me your thoughts on Nico. Thought a decent game. I'm going to go here. I think the goal is making it seem like he had a great game in people's eyes. It'll always do that, mate. You'll always, the headlines, but it is that he scored the match-winning goal at Wembley from 30 yards. You know what I mean? It'll always be that. I don't know. I think he lacks a bit of courage on the ball too. However, we're forgetting Rodri's Ballon d'Or winner at 30 years old. Was Rodri doing that at 22, 23? I don't know. Can't really remember. So if it's something to develop in your game, then so be it. Scammed man of the match for me. Who was your man at the match? Question is, that's the thing. He's got another season of it at least. Now, if Rodri signs a new deal, I think Nico's done. But I don't know. It's one of them, mate. You need a squad. This is it now. This is the business end of the season. He's probably going to play. We've got 5 league games left and an FA Cup final. He's probably going to start 2 of those, right? I'd imagine he'll start 2 of those just for pure rotation, and probably featuring 2 more. So, you know, this is where you just have to like grip down on the mouth guard and just have it. You know what I mean? Why should we give 3 bad seasons to Foden and the majority want Savio going to have to 1 bad season? Foden's not had 3 bad seasons. This season's falling off the tail, but he played well from like September to December. He was decent up to New Year. Last year was a write-off for most of the squad. The only decent performers last year was Marmoush for me. There wasn't really much to talk about last year. Kovacic was decent, other than that, it wasn't great. So all I'll say about Foden is just the club have invested far too much into him as a person and a player to bin him off because a bit of a noise on social media because people don't like him. 1, because he's English, and 2, because he's keeping their favourite player out of the team, which he's not anymore. Everyone wanted him to be dropped so he could play Cherky, and now Cherky's playing. Everyone wants Foden gone. It's like, you know. What up, Rob? Really would like Nico to stay. I believe he has potential. He does, mate. There's a lot of potential there. It's whether or not he wants to be. He deserves to be playing more football at a higher level than being on a bench and not playing games. So, you know what I mean? He deserves to be playing the Champions League for someone like I don't know, some other team. Not an English team, but, you know, maybe an Inter Milan sort. You know what I mean? He needs to be playing at a level like that, I think. You know, just playing more games. Foden has more goals than Doku. Is Doku having a bad season? No, he's not, is he? Because Foden has created the bank, he shows ability before stupid comparison with Savio. Comparison is the thief of joy, mate. It is. I don't know if that's a real sentence. I just don't know. I think I've heard that before. Whatever. I don't think so now, mate. I think he's running. I think he's basically every time he touches the ball, he's getting further away from being a midfielder for England in the World Cup, which is really sad because I think that will obviously fit. I think that, what is he, 25, Foden? I think that potential would finish him off at international level, which is good for us, but not for him, because I love England too. Foden has a ton of credit in the bank, but Savio has a downward trajectory. I hope both players can come good. That's another thing, man. People love to hate on Savio because it's fashionable. Just leave the guy to do his thing. Didn't he get 13 assists last year? Right? He got 13 assists last year. Is that a bad return? No. Has he been? He's been injured for this season. What I think is with Savio, a lot of people have flirted with that idea that Spurs put a £70 million bid in, which they didn't. Your Kovacic was really getting a channel. We need him, and for those saying O'Reilly in midfield over him, did we watch Burnley? You're right, Pappy, mate. I don't think O'Reilly's got what it takes to be a 6/ defensive midfielder. He does influence games further forward. Time might tell. I wouldn't be worried if Nico never played in midfield again. In the defensive role, we don't need him there. You don't need him there. In a push, you might get away with it in an FA Cup game, but no, we don't need him now. So Foden is 25 then. So yeah, I mean, look, Foden's been playing football for City for 10 years nearly then. 9 years. He started at 16, 17, didn't he? So 8 years. Really want Foden to start whatever issues he's having off the pitch for him to have the better performance on the pitch. Yeah, it's one of them, mate. Life comes at you fast. It does. Is he the most professional footballer that we've ever had at the club? Probably not. Is he more on the scale of professionalism being a Diaz to the other side being a Jack Grealish? Where do you think on the scale he is on a 1 to 10? 1 being Diaz, 10 being Grealish. I think he's probably around a 5, bang in the middle. But that used to be a 4, now it's going a 5. He's heading more towards. Now, I'm not saying he's going out on the piss and top shagger and all that sort of stuff. I just don't know if he's. I don't know. You'd expect somebody of Foden's ability and the faith the club have put in him, and the fact what he is as a player and his affiliation with the club to be able to come through this. I think. I just don't like the way the scales are tipping more towards ending up like Grealish more than a thingy. So yeah. But yeah, Nico Gonzalez, man. Oh, sorry. Well, I'll just wrap up the Nico stuff. I'd love him to stay. I think it's dependent on Rodri. However, I feel like he deserves to be playing more games because he will have potential to fill. It's whether or not he's got the appetite for it. What 2 or 3 signs you make to allow us to compete in Europe? I want that second Champions League. I mean, we are. We're already at the level. The Champions League is a straight fight. It's a straight like pure. Once you get out the group stage, mate, it's just not a pure luck. You know what I mean? I don't think we would have won it this year, but if we'd avoided Real Madrid, we could have found ourselves in the semi-finals. So, what 2 or 3 signs do you make? I think we need a right back. However, the right back isn't coming in to start. The right back is coming in to be a backup to Nunez or to push Nunez for starting time. We need a defensive midfielder, Rodri sort of cover. If that's not going to be Nico, so that's going to be Elliot Anderson. And I think we need a winger. We need. Because I think Marmoush will go. I think we need a left winger. So whoever that may be, I don't know. I don't sit here and have notifications on for Fabrizio Romano. I don't care about it. If I was to pick somebody, I wanted Kovacic. However, I think that ship sailed. I don't want a project, man. I want someone to come in who's decent, who can go, you know what? I'm having it. Like Semenyo. We need another Semenyo. We need somebody else who's Semenyo who's got a first touch. You're right, Path, mate. That comment right there is why Cherky was dropped in games from like September onwards. Has everyone seen that Grealish last night about him feeling that he was stuck at City and he's just got pissed in Manchester, mate, in the sun. I don't see a massive deal about it. I don't know what I'm not gonna confess I know what you guys get up to in real life. I've been in Manchester, sat in the sun, in a beer garden, fucking off my head like that. Rambled in the sun. Done it. No one's taking pictures of me. No one's taking the pictures of everyone else. There was probably 25 people where Grealish was. It's just because it's Grealish. You know, the guy's on 350 grand a week. Money's burned all in his pocket. He's not playing. He's injured. What do you want him to do? Sit at home and play chess. Let the guy live his life. You know. What wingers are realistically attainable? I don't want Rafael Leao. I know that. I know I don't like him. Don't rate him. I don't know, mate. To be fair, I would always want to pluck from the Premier League. So I'm always one of those guys that is. Look at what we've got. Gahey. We've got Semenyo. We've plucked those from down below and turned them into something that potentially could be good. Who is the midfielder in the league, the winger in the league? If I'm looking at players, one's just jumped out at me. And Dai Everton, he's the only one that's realistically stood out at me. Is he the winger that I want? I don't know, but he's the only one that's really popping out at me. I don't see anyone else, really. I don't. This Krupp is there's noise around this Kruppy guy, isn't there? There is noise around Kruppy. We basically need to sign another Savio who's going to turn it on. You know, we need somebody to do something. Now, I'm hoping that Savino's the guy who can step up, but you just don't know, do you? Breaking news: man has drinks in Manchester. Yeah, I know. See Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes, right? He's an output guy. He's just not a top 6 output guy. He's your Newcastle. He's perfect for Newcastle, I think. He's absolutely perfect. Nico Williams. Oh, nah. And he got like long, gangly legs who just looks like he's running the hurdles every time he's got a ball. I'm not having it. Players have to pass the eye test with me. Players have to pass the eye test. What up, Ash? Good morning, mate. Is a type of, but I think Pep could turn him into. I don't know. We need somebody. I mean, is there anyone else in the league? I don't know. Man. I don't even know. This league's been this league's dead. This league is dead. Who was that Spanish guy I was linked with 2 years ago? Was it Orazabal? Orazabal, the winger. There was a lot of noise around him, wasn't there? The perfect player. I might actually ban you. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Mate, that is levels of stinker that I've not heard for a while. Is Diaz? He's injured, mate. He's injured till May, Stevie. He's injured till May, mate. So, I mean, he'll be back for the running. Isco. Could you imagine if he comes to the coaching staff for Isco? He plays more like a striker, but he is genuine. I think somebody like that, mate, you can play out wide and down the middle, who would happily just fill in for Haaland. I think that's the sort of guy. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on Tijani Reinders being linked with me away personally? I think it probably is, mate. Don't know. You just don't know. Some players come in, it don't work. Some players do come in, you've got to take a year. I'm giving everyone that comes in under Pep a year to get used to the system. I think there's something in the celebration, if you saw it, when Gonzalez scored that thunderbolt, he went straight up the thing to Reinders. And that's him. That's Pep. Love bombing. Diamandi will cost a fortune, but he's another project, isn't he? And I know LB is #no to projects unless it's a project he likes. I don't know, man. Well, yeah, let's talk about Marmoush. We've been dancing around it. Now, when we signed Marmoush, I fell in love with his showreel. Can't lie. Having that sort of player for me who loves to shoot from anywhere, will have a crack, and a lot of the time they're rattling off the crossbar. It got me a bit horny, can't lie. So I love that. And then last year when he come in, he looked mint. He looked absolutely mint. And then he scores some really important goals. The goal of the season last year, you're thinking, oh, here we go. And then the AFCON, he came back and he's barely had a touch. Don't know. Whether that's his attitude, the Pep don't fancy him, he just don't work hard enough. He hasn't delivered on the pitch. He's not a striker. He's not a left winger. He's a second striker. The best he's ever looked was when we beat Newcastle on 4-0 and he score an hat-trick. That was the game, and I thought, yeah, that's the play we need. Pivoting with Haaland. And I don't know. Man. I don't know. He's one of those, I just don't think he suits our system. The way we're playing this year, and I don't think he's good enough to be a backup striker for Haaland. We need somebody. A backup striker for Haaland needs to be able to come in, know he's going to play as a sub or a potential rotation and come in and just deliver. Whether that be 4 goals in 10 games, that'll do me. Marmoush isn't that guy. And it's sad, really. He's one of those players that he needs rhythm, he needs game time. He needs to find his form. Now, those offside runs, I think it's pure about timing. He's making those runs. He's making good runs. The runs are good. He's just too soon. Now, that comes with repetitive and rhythm and understanding gameplay scenarios. Now, if Marmoush is playing every week, them offsides are happening, and those half chances are going in. But yeah, I think he's raced his run, man. I think he's raced his run. He loves an offside, doesn't he? Get us to wear a black and white shirt for Marmoush. He loves playing versus the Geordies. The thing is, though, for everyone that we have Spurs players that love playing against us. Son was one, don't we? Everyone has one, don't we? And we just chuck him in against Newcastle twice a year. Keep him for twice a year. Paying $300 a week to play him twice a year in the league, and then maybe twice a year in the cups because we always seem to get him. Echeverri, hear me out. Good strike of the ball, can link up in the pockets. Pappy, all I'll say to you is, mate, LB has gaslit you into thinking there's a player in there. He's gaslit a community into thinking there's a player in there. I don't think he'll ever play for City. Not of his ability. I think the fact that he wanted to go out to loan to Leverkusen was all he's doing. And now I just don't know if he's got the City DNA. Marmoush is the same as Semenyo. His first touch is horrendous. The reason why Semenyo can get away with it is he's getting stronger. Exactly, mate. I think Semenyo will improve a bit, but Semenyo's strength is getting the ball one-on-one situations because he will create a chance for himself and he will score. He is clinical. He's on 300k. I think Marmoush is on 275k a week. Isn't he like our third or fourth highest paid player? Marmoush is on 295 a week. Thanks to his agent convincing Tiki to be paid closer to Grealish because he's sold my. There you go. I mean, it's not our money, but it looked like it was value for money at the start. It's just not now. He'll go somewhere else. We'll end up holding his hand somewhere, wiping our mouth for the money. It is what it is. It's harsh on Echeverri, but it isn't. It isn't, mate. It's a truth. It's a truth bomb. Now, I want Echeverri to be the Eche Messi that everyone wanted to be because he would look good at a standard. He looked good in like a League Two standard Europe. We know the under 20 world. It looked good. I don't know. I'd be very, very surprised if anything happens from Echeverri. I really would. And you'll only ever hear about him being good when he scores or gets an assist. I saw a thing saying he's got 2 assists in his last 3 or 4 games. Yeah, but he was on the bench for the other games. Didn't even come on. It's like, chill. What it is, mate. You know what it is, Deco? Barcelona have ruined football fans' expectations when they were forced to play Lamine Yamal because they are broke. Now, Lamine Yamal is a very, very, very good player, probably one of the best players in the world right now, and he's playing a Euros final at 16. However, if Barcelona had money, I do not think Yamal would have got a game there to be the player he is now. Now, we'll never know, but now Yamal is front and centre everywhere. He's taking a piss. He's doing really, really well. Everybody thinks that the next signing that their club makes, who's under the age of 18, 19, is the next Lamine Yamal. And they're straight away, well, Yamal's up there. We've signed him. Let's push our player to Yamal. Yamal, all the way. Yamal. And then the fans will keep doing this and they'll keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And then when they get up there and they realise, actually, I'm pushing a heap of shit up, It's let go. Who's next? That guy. And then it's that guy. It's been with us. We've had it with them all. We've had it with them all, mate. It's Echeverry now. It's Naipan then. It was Oscar Bob at one point. You know, it's other players will come through. Just happens, man. Yo, what up, Governor? Good to see you, mate. How's life, mate? Did you have a good weekend? I would love to be proven wrong, mate. I would love to be proven wrong. And if I am, and it turns into a World Cup player, then, yeah, so be it. I'll be buzzing. But reality, man. Realistic football opinions. Realistic. Exactly what Chelsea fans said about Estevao. It's what United fans were saying about all their players. United fans were saying about Garnacho. And now look at Garnacho. He's a thief. He's stealing a living. He's a honking footballer. It is, mate. It's all because it's the perfect situation for them. It really is. People want to talk about Bob always living off that one Newcastle goal. But yeah, that's what they do, man. It's when they turn their Twitter accounts into Oscar Bob season and it's going to be Ryan McAdoo season. Why is McAdoo not playing? It's just the way it is. It's the way it is. It's just the way it is. Yo, what up, Emperor? Good morning, mate. Victor Rice is doing well at Jonah when played a month. See, here's the thing about Victor Hayes, right? He's just playing football. He's playing week in, week out at a club where we've put him there. We've signed him in and we've laid out the blueprint for him and said, mate, we trust you. We're paying money for you. You know us. You know what we do to players. You know our history. We fancy you as this. And to get to this is what we're going to do for you. We're going to bring you in. Whenever you're around the first team a bit, you'll get your debuts, you'll learn from the pros. And then when you're at a level where we think you need regular game time, we're going to send you out to a club that we trust, that work with the way we are. We have close connections with. There will be city staff there every day. You are basically being nurtured into the play you want. You're going to play at Girona. You're going to play against men. You're going to play in a really good standard of football. And you're going to keep playing, keep being consistent. Because what's going to happen is you're going to play these games. You're going to develop. You're going to have great games. You're going to have bad games. But there's no consequences to you playing badly in that team. Then at the end of the season, we're going to reevaluate. And we're going to bring you back in and see what you like. See how much you've grown as a player, as a man. Have you got the professionalism? Do you have what it takes to step up to the Premier League? And if they bring him in, and he isn't, he might go out on loan to, let's say, a Southampton if they get promoted, or a Leeds United, and then the cycle continues and it's another level of standard. Now, he might come into City. There is a gap in the squad. John Stones is leaving. You know, we will have 5 centre-backs. Ake might leave. So it might be a case of, right, Victor, the floor is yours, mate. The floor is yours. This year, you're going to push for a place in the first team. When you get your chances, look at Kusanov. Look at Nico O'Reilly. You get your chance, you take it. Now, you've got to fight to be that. You've got to be at a level to be ready to do that, because when the time is right, we will put you in and the floor is yours, my friend. But until then, follow the program. And that's the way players go. I don't think Echeverry falls into that. I don't think many players have. Only certain ones do. And I think Victor Hayes has a lot of potential there. He's doing all the right things. Itching for homegrown Messi. Everyone wants that. Everyone wants that, don't they? Does he come to the team next year with Kanji and Stones leaving uncertainly around that? I think so, mate. I think the script has been written. The script has been written. It is, and I hope that makes sense. Pope, if it takes coming next season, there will be uncomfortable conversations about your husband Diaz's future. Hey, listen, mate. It's what's best for business, mate. It is. I like Diaz. I like what he brings to the team. Now, regrettably, he's not very fast. However, if he had a bit more pace, he would be perfect. However, it is what it is, mate. I'm not that bothered. It's what's best for business, mate. And if playing Diaz is best for business, or he's playing Kusanov and Gay, Kusanov Guardiola is best for business, I'm not going to sit here and be like, manager out, because it's just best for business, man. The club is the business. Master Antoine, another one, mate. Another one. Diaz won't go anywhere because he is a winner. He's a winner, man. Didn't he win 4 Premier League titles in a row in his first year? His first 4 things. So you need big heads around the club, and he's one. Do you think Foden will need to leave to get back to his confidence? It's so sad. No. No, I don't think so. He just needs his arm around him and just to chill. I think he's dealing with something that all players go with, and that is a drop in form, and it's a consistent drop in form. He's got to fight through it. He just has to. The club will believe in him. The staff will believe in him. Pep will believe in him. The players will believe in him. Most of the fans believe in him. If you are a match-going fan or / a normal fan with realistic opinions, just ignore the noise and focus on what's best. The Ash is perfect with Vendy. We can't rely on high liners, fast wing. Well, that's what you got Kusanov for now, isn't it? Okay, 1 foot. It did, mate. I'm not putting anyone down with that. Matthias Nunes won me over with the promises right back. I was one that said he needs to leave, but he's been a mainstay at right. The thing is, though, you weren't wrong to say he wanted to leave because he was brought him as a midfielder and he was absolutely crap as a midfielder. Now, was the master plan to have him as a right back all along? I don't know. I think we've stumbled across that, and he's developing into a really good right back. It really is, and it happens. Players sometimes move back and move positions and become better. So yeah, I'm happy for that. I don't know about international level. I don't really know who's Portugal's right back. I don't know. Pope in the modern teams play with 3-man field. Look at PSG and went with wingers with Cherky. I feel like the transition it slows down. I love him though. I think what we all need is, all want is competitive players, and if Foden can hit some form, what you want is you got an absolute baller like Cherky who's creating chances. You want him to then have to raise his game because he knows he's got to get in the team because Foden's the one that's scoring goals, getting assists, winning games. You know what I mean? You need that. You need those. We need Foden and Cherky firing. We need the options, man. We do. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of noise. You'll have seen it about Maresca, right? My opinion was something that Big Steve mentioned on the Big Six the other night about the holistic approach. It's a poison chalice, man. So if Pep was to leave today, tomorrow, end of next year, whatever, the next guy in has got a tag on his back from the fan base, from the standards. The club will be grieving. It sounds weird and it's not comparable to real life grief, but in lots of ways, the club will be very, very celebratory of what Pep's achieved, but will also be grieving in the respect that the guy who set the standards is no longer there. I don't believe somebody like Maresca is the guy long term, purely for reasons I'll lay out. He's not really achieved much as a manager. He never achieved anything as a player, really. And I don't think if you're looking in the dressing room, you're looking at players like Haaland and Diaz and Donnarumma and Rodri and Foden, players like that, and Gvardiol, who know they're working with the best in Pep. Can Maresca demand the respect of those players? I don't think he's got it. And I worry that would then filter through a bit where we don't need it. We need harmony, man. They will be, mate. They will be scrutinised. You are right. But so the next guy in is not the guy for the future. The next guy in is the one to steady the ship, to be a bullet sponge for the media, for the standards, for the players. Some of the players so here's what you will find. The next guy in, some of the players will act out. Some of the players not. It's like when when you're in school and you've got your teacher there who's a hardline, absolute killer, demands respect, but gets shit done. When a substitute teacher comes in, there's always a knobhead. There's always a knobhead who's always been put in line. And then when the teacher's not there, there's always a knobhead throwing things, being a dickhead. There's always a knobhead. So I think there's always potential for a knobhead to speak. There's always going to be a knobhead. So I think having a weak manager in brings out knobheads. So that's my concern. We all know the Baton long term is going to company, right? We all know company's the man. We do. We're playing the long game of company, like we did with Pep. Let him win and lose at Bayern Munich and develop as a man, as a manager, his reputation, because long term, he's going to be City's #1 target. I think we all agree with that, right? I think we're all in agreement that that is potentially the way to go. Whether that be a year, 2 years, 5 years, company's only just turned 40, right? So it's not like it needs to be in now. He's got 25 years of management left in him. It's about the right time. And one thing City do is always the timing's right. It is. Are these signings Pep's or the new income? I don't think they will be Pep's. I think they'll be City's signings more plan for the future. The squad plans for itself. I don't think it is, mate. I don't think it is, Gov. I think if you see, right, let me try and think of an Eric Cantona style analogy. If you like fruit, right? If you really, really like apples and you've got an apple tree and it's this apple tree's in a garden and you're looking at it and there's an apple growing, you think, oh, I fucking can't wait to eat that apple. I can't wait to eat that apple. I've been looking at this apple. I've been dreaming of this apple. I know this tree produces good apples. And you look at the apple and it's like probably a week too soon before you eat it. You're like, if I eat it now, it'll be nice. However, if I wait a week, it'll be so good. So what do? Do you think, fuck it, I'm going to send the apple now and then the next apple I'll have? Or do you think, you know what, I'm going to wait. This apple is worth the wait. And I think company's that apple. So yeah, there's my analogy on apples. I think that is the way. So wait for the apple. The apple might fall into your lap and you think, oh, and you take a bite of the apple and it's like the most beautiful, sensual, juicy apple you've ever had. And it was worth it. And then you just know that the next 5 minutes of your life with this apple is the best. And you can remember about the apple for the rest of your life. Unless he's a Roy Hodgson, Paul Peel's 140. Yeah, there is that. There is that. So yeah, I mean, guys, give me a Maresca in, Maresca out. What do you think? I mean, I'm never going to be the one that calls for anybody to be sacked or manager. I just don't. Maresca's the guy for us. Pick up the apples. Get in there, the apples. Wait for the apple to drop. I think that's kind of it, mate. Wait for at the right time. Out. No, thank you. No, thank you from Pip. Maresca in. Do you fancy Maresca? It's only for 2 to 4 years. It's going to be an ugly 2 to 4 years, mate. It's going to be an ugly 2 to 4 years. I know that much. Wasn't that Snow White's apple? Let's not go into the Snow White version of it. Maresca, no. I think so. Here's the thing, right? I think Pep will stay to the end of his contract, but I think he'll announce it at the end of the season that he's done. He'll say, "I'm leaving at the end of the year," and it is what it is. I'm done. I've done my 10. Done my 10 stretch. I'm off. He has a tactical brain, but he will manage big plays at Highland Roger. That's my concern, mate. That is my concern. Apple pulpy to the core. That's it, mate. Prefer Pep. Yeah, I prefer Pep, mate. I definitely do. Remember your Apple analogy. When you eventually sign company as a manager, you need to bring the nicest apple you can find. The apple's there, mate. It's growing. The apple's taking its time. This big, massive apple head. We need something. Basically, you need a fall guy. Maresca's a fall guy. I have a sneaky feeling, mate, that something might change. You are right. He outcoached Enrique on a big stage and won trophies whilst handicapped by the board. Nah, I'm not reading anything into that Super Cup bollocks and that Club World Cup. I'm not having it. Am I uncomfortable? No. Do I see a world where Luis Enrique comes to City? I don't, mate. Purely because I don't think he wants to do it. Why would you leave Paris Saint-Germain? You know what I mean? He's obviously building something. He's building something like Pep's building here. Why would you walk away? I get the standards different, but he's Spanish. He doesn't really need to. He does nothing to prove. What is Enrique? 46 or something? Is Enrique 46, 47? Alexa, how old is Luis Enrique?
From Quora.com. Luis is 44 years old now.
He's not 44. She's full of shit. Enrique's not 57. He's younger than Pep, isn't he? I don't know. I might be thinking, I don't know, whatever. Anyway. Four guys. So if Maresca wins the league and Company's free, would you get rid? Yes. 55. Okay, so he's got 10 years in him, right? But I don't think he's the guy. Born in 1970. What am I thinking of then? Something else? Don't know. I must be thinking of somebody else then. Thought he was like in his late 40s. What's your opinion about Fabregas? Another one of those. He's an apple on a tree, mate. What's it? And he's like a Sicilian apple, slowly growing in a Sicilian orchard in Italy, chilling. You know what I mean? He's only just sprouted. The tree's still growing in thingy. What if he wins the treble? Doesn't matter. What's best for business, mate? If he wins the treble, then you know what I mean. I'll probably get Maresca tattooed, but I doubt that. But like, it's what it is, mate. If Maresca comes in and wins a treble, 2 league titles in a row, 4 FA Cups, and he's so be it, mate. I mean, the apple can wait. The apple can go rotten, and we'll wait for a new one. You know, City won't do a 4 guy. We did with Pellegrini. It's been for sale for a while. From what I've heard, it's been for sale for a while, and he might need a bigger house. You never know. Yeah, he did, mate. I must have been thinking of something else. Nagel's would be a good fit as he knows the academy manager in their days in Hoffenheim. See, I don't know, mate. I don't want to read too much into it. I just know I don't fancy Maresca because I don't know. A fruitophile. I've never used that analogy in my life before, to be honest with you. Never. Never done that. But yeah, so I mean, I think we all know something's coming. We know he was the guy in between. No, I mean, 4 guy in terms of Pep wasn't coming yet. He was the guy to wait for Pep. He was the holistic appointment at the time. I'm with you, Tom. I'm with you. They'll be working on it. They'll be working on an exit plan. They'll be working on it. Plans are there. Whatever it is, we'll find out when we need to know. We want to know, but we don't need to know. Simple. But yeah, so we're going to quickly just, for the last 5 minutes or so, talk about this fixture pileup that's coming at the end of the season. It's looking like we're going to play 6 games in 3 games in 6 days. We're going to play on the Sunday, and then Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Oh, Saturday. Let me get the fixtures up. That's if they're available. I know they're not necessarily done yet, but we're going to play a lot of games. So why am I seeing results? I don't want to see results. So we've got the Everton game. Then we've got Saturday. So that's Everton and Brentford. And then we're going to have this game's coming in the last week of the season because that's FA Cup final day, innit? Then we have that to play. So that's 2. And then Villa. So these 2 games are coming in that week. So all these. Is there a better way of you'll see these fixtures everywhere. We just know that the last week of the season, we're going to play Palace, Bournemouth, and Villa in the last week, in the last 16. So I think it's going to be FA Cup final, then 3 games in a week. In those games, we're going to see a fully rotated team out. That's likely to be most of the team you saw in the FA Cup final, the FA Cup semi-final, which is why they played. It's going to be an ugly watch. It's going to be an absolutely hanging watch, lads. It is. It's going to be a honking watch. We are going to go through it. So get your therapists on speed dial. We're going to need them. Yeah, Bournemouth will be enough. It'll be in the final week. The final week of the season, we've got 3 games. We'll play Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Or Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday. We'll have 2 games in 3 days anyway. Rotate, we lose. We've got him, man. It'll be managed rotation, though. It'll be a couple of games, a couple of players. They're the sort of games where you need to be 2 or 3 goals up, and they have to bring players off after an hour. You know what I mean? But here's the deal. The carrot is, we win those games, we win the league. You know, we win those games, we win the league. And that's that's what you got to tell the players. It's going to hurt. You're going to suffer. You're going to have to graft. But this is what you're in it for. These are the moments. These are the moments. You know, these are the moments. It is going to be that. It is going to be that, Tone. It is. It is going to be that. Is it dependent on Palace reaching in the Europa League final? I don't know. It's going to stink either way, lads. We're in for some horrible weeks ahead. That's what it is. We just know we're banging trouble. If it comes down to it, we're gonna have to fight. We are. Done it before. These players have to do it. They do, mate. They've got to step up. This is it now. You are going to be tired. He's given them a few days off, recover, get your head in it. You've got a week to fight for the league. You know, and at the start of the season, that old narrative where you get 3 games to win the league at the end of the year, do you go for it? And it's like, yeah, of course I do. So, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. It is. It's time now to step up, earn your money. Earn your money. Most of the squad's fit, right? Most of the squad is fit. So we've got players there who are going to probably feature a bit more these next couple of games. So the squad is fit. You know, it's a privilege, guys. It is. It is. Well, lads, that's the end of it for today. I appreciate you all hanging out. I am going to aquarobics. I'm off to aquarobics this morning. I'm going to go and do 45 minutes in the water with all the old women. It's like the cast of Cocoon. I love it. They love me having in there. It's all good fun at the end of the day. Enjoy your Monday out there wherever you are. I will see you all Wednesday for another City breakfast. I have no idea what's going to happen between now and then, but we'll see. Do me a favour on the way out, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you all on Wednesday. I don't eat apples, by the way. I don't like apples. But yeah, nice one, chat. Productive as always. I'll see you all next time. Peace out. Press the wrong button, didn't I? Hang on. That's the one.